Good morning to everyone. Last class I will explain different types of problems to calculate the resultant stress for top of the fiber and the bottom of the fiber. Last class we will explain for taking in rectangular section. This problem I will explain to calculate the resultant stress for a pressure concrete beam. Um Today I will explain another section taken into account for I section. This is the an unsymmetrical I section beam used to support an imposed load of 25 kN per meter over a span of 8 meters. The sectional details of top flange 300 mm wide and 60 mm thick, and bottom flange 100 mm wide and 60 mm thick. Thickness of web is 80 mm. Overall depth of the beam is 400 mm. At the center of span, at the center of the span, overall depth are already given 400 mm. Precessing force, soffit. Soffit means that means base. Soffit is nothing but base of the beam. Estimate the stresses at the center of span section of the beam for the following load conditions. Two conditions are there. First one, pre-stress plus self-weight. Another condition, pre-stress plus self-weight plus live load. The two condition will be calculated for output. Simply taken into I beam, I section, unsymmetrical I section beam for pressure concrete beam. Dimensions are given in the data. Flange I section nothing but two flanges and one web. Given top of flange dimensions and bottom flange dimensions and web thickness and overall depth of the I section, given the data in this problem, and live load also given. So an imposed load or live load, imposed load and live load అన్న ఒకటే. అంటే ఆ పర్టికులర్ బీమ్ మీద ఎంత లోడ్ పడుతుంది అనేది మనకి ఇచ్చాడు. ఎంత 25 kN per meter. That is the UDL load, uniformly distributed load. This is the I section precious concrete beam. To divide the number of parts, overall 3 parts, total number of parts 3 parts. Two flanges and one web. These are the 3 parts. To calculate, see again I will read that problem. An unsymmetrical I section beam used to support an imposed load of 25 kN per meter over a span of 8 meters. The sectional details of top flange 300 mm wide and 60 mm thick, and bottom flange 100 mm wide and 60 mm thick. Thickness of web is 80 mm. Overall depth of the beam is 400 mm of 100 kilonewtons. Is located at 50 mm from the soffit. 50 mm from the soffit. చూడంటే ఎక్కడ లొకేట్ చేయబడుతుందంటే ఇది see the precessing force of 100 kilonewtons is located at 50 mm. Located at 50 mm. See and problem from the soffit of the beam. Estimate the stresses at the center of span and section of the beam for the following load conditions. The beam, this is the load conditions given. Two conditions given in this problem. First condition, pre-stressor plus self weight. Another one, second condition, pre-stress plus self weight plus live load. To calculate the estimate the stresses. Last time we'll calculate already estimate the stresses for top fiber and bottom fiber in rectangle section. Last class I will explain the problem. Uh, Today take in another section, I section, to calculate the stresses for pre-stressed concrete beam. To estimate the stresses acting on the load on the particular concrete beam, I section. To start the solution, I section taken number of parts 1, 2, 3. This is the order. Area A equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3. That means 3 parts, 2 flange and 1 web. A1 area 300 into 60. This is the rectangular flange. Rectangular flange, rectangular formula L into B. A1, this is the A1 area 300 into 60 plus A2. A2, this is the web. Thickness of web 80. Height, to calculate the height, overall depth is given 400. And this is the thickness 60 mm. This is 60 mm. 400 minus 60 plus 60. 120. 400 minus 120 is nothing but 280. This is the A2. This is the A2. A2 means web area. 280 into 80 plus 100 into 60. This is the flange. Another flange. Last third one. A3. 100 into 60. Total area A equal to 46,400 mm square. To convert the meter square, A equal to 0.0464 meter square. This is the total area of the unsymmetrical section. To calculate the y bar, centroidal distance. Formula A1 y1 plus A2 y2 plus A3 y3 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. This is the y bar, centroidal distance of the I section for unsymmetrical I section. You know the A1 y1. See, A1 300 into 60 y1. Y1 how to take into account half of the y1 means y1 means 60 by 2 centroidal distance. This centroidal distance 60 by 2, that is the y1 plus A2. You know the A2 web area. A 280 into 80 into this centroidal distance 60 plus 280 by 2. This is the y2. 60 plus this is the 60 plus half of the 280 by 2, half of the flange. Half of the flange 280 by 2. This is the y2. Another one A3. A3 you know the 100 into 60 centroidal distance 60 plus 280 280 by 2 plus 60 is taken into account, divided by total area A1 plus A2 plus A3 converts those are the mm units. To convert the mm, only mm, taken into mm square, total area. This is the formula for calculating the y bar. Calculating the y bar. Centroidal, this is the centroidal distance. Y bar total value that equal to 156 mm. Y bar equal to 156 mm. This is central distance. And calculate the section modulus. Z equal to I by Y. I means moment of inertia, and Y half of the distance. Taking into account Y equal to D by 2. For symmetrical section, Y equal to half of the depth, D by 2, and I equal to BD cube by 12. I means this is the rectangular section, ID BD cube by 12, I by Y. Finally, get the formula I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. This is the section modulus. BD cube by I1 equal to BD cube by 12 plus A1 Y bar whole square. I1 equal to BD cube by 12 plus A1 Y bar whole square. This is the formula. Substitute these values taking into first flange. First flange, width of the B means width 300 into D means 60 by 12 plus A1 area 300 into 60. Y, you know the Y bar whole square formula, Y equal to Y bar minus Y1. Y bar formula ఏంటంటే Y equal to Y bar minus Y1. To substitute this value, Y bar 156 minus Y1 means 60 by 2. See this Y1 value 60 by 2 whole square. I1 equal to 229.11 into 10 to the power of 7 mm power 4. And I2, this is the moment of inertia. To calculate the sectional wise, I1 29.11 into 10 to the power of 7 mm power 4. I2, this is the Weber portion. I2 means Weber A2. B1 BD cube by 12 plus A2 Y bar whole square. B means see the section. This is the width of web 80 and depth D 280 whole cube by 12 plus A2 area formula 80 into 280. Y bar whole square means 156 minus 60 minus 280 by 2. See the formula Y2. You know the Y2 formula 60 plus 280 by 2. This is the Y2 formula. 156 Y2 Y bar minus Y2. This is the formula. Minus plus into minus 60 minus 280 by 2 whole square. Overall, to given the I2 value 18.97 10 to the power 7 mm power 4. This is the calculation of moment of inertia. I2 Weber portion, and I3, this is the flange, last flange, BD cube by 12 plus A3 Y bar whole square. See this Y2 formula, Y3 formula, Y bar 400 minus, this is the overall depth, 400 minus 156 minus 60 by 2 whole square. This is the Y bar whole square. This is the formula for last flange. Area A3 100 into 60. 100 into 60. I3 equal to 27.65 into 10 to the power 7 mm power 4. This is the calculation of I3 BD cube by 12 plus A3 Y bar whole square. Y bar means centroidal distance. Overall depth 400 minus 156 minus 60 by 2 whole square. I3 value 27.65 into 10 to the power of 7 mm cube mm power 4. These are the moment of inertia for each section. 2 flanges and 1 web. 3 sections are calculated for moment of inertia. These formulas are used. Total I value adding the I1 plus I2 plus I3, total moment of inertia, adding from these three values, 75.73 into 10 to the power of 7 mm power 4. ZT, ZP. ZT means top of section, uh, uh, sectional modulus at the top, ZB minus the sectional modulus at bottom. I by YT, that equal to I value, you know the moment of inertia. YT, you know the Y bar, 156. ZT value 4.8 into 10 to the power of 6 mm cube. That is section modulus. And at the bottom, I by YB, I equal to bottom వచ్చేసరికి 400 minus 156. Total value bottom section modulus 3.1 into 10 to the power of 6 mm cube. To calculate the first moment of inertia and calculate the section modulus I by Y for a top fiber and a bottom fiber. Dead load moment, dead load moment, WL square by 8, W equal to area of section, density of concrete into density of concrete. W equal to area of section into density of concrete. You know the dead load formula. Number of times already reinforced concrete structures also same this formula used for dead load calculation. You know the dimensions and into multiply the density of concrete or unit weight of concrete. W equal to 0.0464 into 24. W equal to 1.13 kilonewton per meter cube. You know the W value L already given in the problem 8 square 8 span of the section 8 meters clear span. Mg equal to moment of dead load equal to 1.13 into 8 square by 8. Give the value 8.83 kilonewton meter and calculate the live load M cube, moment of live load WL square by 8. Given the live load, see this diagram. Sorry, see this problem. Any given to load, superimposed load. See the dead load. Sorry, live load moment given to 2 into 8 square by 8. Small correction is there. This is the 2 kilonewton per meter taken to a live load. Moment of live load WL square by 8. You know the W value 2 into 8 square by 8 to 16 kilonewton meter. The moment of the live load equal to 16 into 10 power of 6 Newton mm. First condition A. First you calculate the first condition pre-stress plus self weight. This is the first condition. Pre-stress P by A, PE by ZT and Mg by ZT. So top fiber 100 into 10 cube. This is the force P value. P by A means P value force already given 100 kilonewtons in the problem. See this problem. Give the 100 kilonewtons. Pre-stress force P value. కిలోమీటర్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి దాన్ని న్యూటన్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఇంటూ 10 క్యూబ్ డివైడ్ బై ఆల్రెడీ ఏరియా మనకు తెలుసు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసిన టోటల్ ఏరియా మైనస్ 100 into 10 cube into eccentricity 50 mm divided by ZT value, you know the top fiber of the section modulus, you know, plus dead load moment divided by section modulus for top fiber equal to 0. And the bottom fiber 100 into 10 cube divided by a total P by A area, and ZB value will be changed and calculate the value 5.5 Newton per mm square. This is the calculation of the top fiber and bottom fiber. Top 0 Newton per mm square, bottom 5.5 Newton per mm square. And the B value P by A and dead load section modulus and live load moment section modulus. see the problem. Third condition, pre-stress plus self-weight plus live load. In first condition only pre-stress is self-weight, and the second condition given to live load also. P by a top fiber force live load given to 100 kilonewtons, 110 cube divided by 46 for 46,400. See the problem. See this formula for top fiber. You know the conditions. Plus first one's taking top fiber minus plus bottom fiber plus minus for variation of stresses. Take into second condition 110 cube by under P by area minus you know the mg dead load moment divided by z value for z z zt plus m cube live load moment divided by uh, live load moment divided by zt. Top fiber given to only ZT values. That means top of the section modulus. ZB means bottom of the section modulus. Top fiber and bottom fiber we will calculate the pieces to concrete members for resultant stresses. అంటే యాక్చువల్గా లైవ్ లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు డెడ్ లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు ఓకే ప్రీసెసింగ్ ఫోర్స్ యాక్టింగ్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు దానిలో ఎంత స్ట్రెస్ అనేది డెవలప్ అవుతుంది at top of the section at the bottom of the section. To consider the this parameters for pre-stressor concrete beams taken into account for calculating the stresses. You know the acting the first we calculate the first condition top and bottom fiber we calculate for stresses. Top fiber no stress will be developed. For bottom fiber will develop the stress for 5.5 Newton per month square, and taking into account for second condition top fiber 100 into converts converts newtons 100 into 10 cube by B by area minus 8.86 into 10 power of 6, that is the dead load moment. ZT value the section modulus for top, and MQ means moment of live load moment. Sorry, live load moment divided by 4.8 into 10 power of 6. Finally, 3.29 Newton per meter square, and the bottom fiber 100 into 10 cube. Bottom fiber 100 into 10 cube divided by 46,000 into 400. Sorry, 46,400 P by A formula plus another one mg by z. Mg, you know the moment of dead load, and mq moment of live load divided by zv. Zv 3.31 into 10 power of 6. To calculate the final stress 0.37 Newton per mm square. This is the calculation for stresses in pre-stressed concrete beams. Rectangular beams are symmetrical and unsymmetrical sections. To calculate the stresses. Final ga cheppalante pre-stressed concrete members lo beams తీసుకున్నప్పుడు మనం అప్లై చేసే ఫోర్సెస్ ఏముంటాయంటే ప్రీస్ట్రెసింగ్ ఫోర్స్ అంటే టెండాన్స్ మనం ఫోర్స్ అనేది అప్లై చేస్తాం. అంటే టెన్షన్ అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు దాని మీద ఎంత లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఆ లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అవడం వల్ల ఎంత స్ట్రెస్ డెవలప్ అవుతుంది అనేది క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం. ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే లైవ్ లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు డెడ్ లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు దాంట్లో స్ట్రెస్సెస్ అనేది ఎంత డెవలప్ అవుతుంది అనేది మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం. మెయిన్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అది. బీమ్స్ లో వచ్చేసరికి ఈ ప్రాసెస్ ఫాలో అవుతాం. This is the examples for calculating the resultant stresses for pre-stressed concrete beams. Another one topic, pressure line or thrust line and resulting force. This is another topic in pre-stressed concrete. Explain, I will explain. Pressure line or thrust line. Thrust line and pressure line and ఒకటే. ఈ థ్రస్ట్ లైన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది, ప్రెజర్ లైన్ అనేది అదే థ్రస్ట్ లైన్ అనేది ఎక్కడ మనకి ఎక్కడ యూజ్ అవుతుంది అనేది నేను చూపిస్తాను డయాగ్రామ్ గీసి. The locus of point of application of this force in any structure is treated as a pressure line or thrust line. Pressure line or thrust line. And at any given section of a concrete beam, the combined effect of precessing force and externally applied load will result in distribution of concrete stresses that can resolve in a single force. That is the main concept for pressure line and thrust line. See, taking into account at any given section of precessed concrete beam, the combined effect of the precessing force and the externally applied load will result in a distribution of concrete stresses that can be resolved into a single force. అంటే ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అప్లైడ్ లోడ్స్ ని పీసెసింగ్ ఫోర్స్ ని కలిపి ఫోర్సెస్ రిజాల్వింగ్ చేసి వాటినన్నిటిని సింగిల్ ఫోర్స్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేయడం, దాన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే ప్రెజర్ లైన్ ఆర్ థ్రస్ట్ లైన్. టు సీ ద డయాగ్రామ్, 3 diagrams are there. Totally 3 diagrams. Support section. This is the support section. This is the central span section. Third one, quarter span section. These 3 types of section there. H/6. This is the support section. See, I will explain. Support section. This is the diagram for concrete precessed concrete beam with eccentric tendons. This is the eccentric tendon. This is the eccentric tendon. This is P is precessing force applied through the tendon. This is center neutral axis for the concrete beam. This is the live load acting on the precessed concrete beam. See this diagram at support section. E equal to eccentricity, E equal to H/6. This is the height of the section H/6. This is the length. This is eccentricity H/6. This is the diagram taken into account for applying precessing force in tendon. This shape will be developed in the section. At support section, there is no flexure stresses resulting force the external loads. The pressure line coincides that of the centroid of steel located at an eccentricity of H/6. See support at support section. I will explain here. No flexural stresses resulting from external loads. Therefore, pressure line coincide with the center of the steel located at H/6. See this diagram. This is the H/6. This is the thrust line. This is the precessing force. That means thrust line precessing force line coincide అవుతుంది. దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే సపోర్ట్ సెక్షన్ అంటాం. This is a stress diagram for the support section. సపోర్ట్ సెక్షన్ దగ్గర ఎట్లా ఉంటుందంటే ప్రెజర్ లైన్ ప్రీసెసింగ్ ఫోర్స్ కోయిన్సైడ్ అవుతాయి. ఎంత అంటే ఎసెంట్రిసిటీ ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ అంటే H/6. See this diagram. This is the H/6. Some eccentricity. This is the thrust line. This is the pressure line. Coincide. Two lines coincide that support diagram. This is the at center. at center h by 3. See, I will explain at center. Due to the external loading such that the resulting stresses developed is maximum at the top of the fiber and zero the bottom of the fiber, so that the pressure line shifted towards the top of the fiber by an amount of h by 3 from its initial position. Initial position. See the diagram at the center span. This is the thrust line. That means h by 6 off of the thrust line. This is the h by 6. That means I will explain. Due to the external loading such that the resultant stresses developed is maximum at the top of the fiber. Resultant forces వచ్చేసరికి ఇక్కడ సెంటర్ స్పాన్ లో వచ్చేసరికి మాక్సిమం టాప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫైబర్ లో మనకి వస్తుంది అనమాట. రిజల్టెంట్ మాక్సిమం స్ట్రెసెస్ అనేవి ఒక డెవలప్ అవుతాయి. జీరో స్ట్రెసెస్ అనేది బాటమ్ ఫైబర్ దగ్గర మనకి this diagram. This is a center line at center span. This is the thrust line. Top of the fiber లో మనకి maximum top of the fiber దగ్గర మనకి stresses అనేవి డెవలప్ అవుతాయి. At a quarter span. Another one at quarter span. Quarter span I will explain. Taken into what are the forces quarter span. The external movement at 1/4 of span, that is being smaller in magnitude, the pressure line shift towards the corresponding the smallest at h by 4 from its initial position. The pressure or thrust line concept can also be used for the calculated stresses. Externally, these stresses can be calculating by using using C-line method or internal resisting couple method. These are the methodology used for calculating the stresses. For calculating stresses, this methodology, internal resisting couple methodology, will be used. See the three diagrams. Three at the support at the center and quarter span. This is explain about for precessing pressure line or thrust line for initial resisting couple. Three diagrams are the distribution of stress various sections along the span. Three sections will be taken in pressure concrete beam. This analysis for calculating the stresses. At the center of span section, the external loading such that the resultant stresses roll out maximum at the top fiber and zero at the bottom fiber. You know we'll explain about the center span. It can easily seen that for this section, the maximum at the top of the fiber and zero at the bottom of the fiber. It can easily be seen that for this section, the pressure line has shifted towards the top fiber an amount of equal to h by 3 from its initial position. Center span is equal to h by 3. This is the center span. Bottom of the fiber is taken into zero, top of the fiber taken into maximum stress for central span, h by half of h by 3. And the external movement at the quarter span, that is the ending span, section being smaller and magnitude, the shift in the pressure line also is correspondingly smaller, being equal to h by 4 from the initial position. The quarter span is taken into h by 4 from the initial position. It in a similar manner, it can be shown that a larger uniformly distributed load on the beam would result in the pressure line being shifted even higher at the center and the quarter span sections. The pressure line location in the beam shown in figure. These observations lead the following important principle. See the conditions, pressure line to increase. See the diagram. Gradually increase to pressure line, middle one to increase maximum stress, and decreasing to quarter span. Pressure line being shifted even higher at the center and quarter span sections. The pressure line shifted mainly center and quarter span shifted. That is the main concept for prestressed concrete beams to acting the live load for rectangular concrete beam. See the pressure line, and this is the pressure line. See this curve. This curve is named as pressure line. This is the pressure line or a thrust line. H by 3 and H by 4 and H by 6. These three conditions are there to increasing mainly center span and quarter span. The stresses are increased. The pressure line and thrust line. This is the pressure line and thrust line acting on the prestressed force. Mainly dividing three parts. First one support section. Another one is center at center. Other one is quarter span. These three sections are divided in prestressed concrete member. Acting pressure line or thrust line and initial resisting couple. P is external compressive force with a constant tensile force in tendon throughout the span. At any section of a loaded prestressed beam, equilibrium maintained by satisfying the equation h equal to 0 and m equal to 0. If m equal to bending moment at the section due to dead load and live load, equal to eccentricity of tendon, T equal to P equal to prestressing force in tendon, the moment equilibrium yields the relation m equal to P into Q, that equal to CQ, Q equal to m by P. This see the derivation part. H equal to m equal to 0. This is the equation for calculate moment equilibrium, yield the relationship m by P. This is the pressure line or thrust line, and resulting initial resisting couple, internal resisting couple. The two parameters to analyzing the prestressed concrete beam, the stress distribution to calculate at support and at center and at a quarter span taken into account. See the shift of pressure line E dash from the centroidal axis is obtained by E dash equal to Q minus E Then the resultant stresses at the top and bottom fibers are top P by A plus PG dash by ZT, from bottom P by A minus PE dash by Z, E dash equal to A minus E, A equal to M by M by P, E dash equal to M by P minus E. This is the formula E dash. E dash means shifted pressure line E dash from the centroidal axis is obtained by E dash equal to A minus E. See the condition, this equation, finally A equal to M by P, M equal to P A, that equal to C A, converts to P A equal to M by P. This is the condition, this is the formula taken into this derivation part for calculating the stresses. Next class I will explain, um, uh, see the load carrying capacity, load carrying mechanism of reinforced concrete and precessed concrete beam sections. This is the main important thing, comparison between reinforced concrete mechanism and precessed concrete mechanism. To compare these two things, I will explain next class, and explain the problems, this model, this topic. Next class I will explain. First, you understanding this pressure line and thrust line for three sections, three positions, three diagrams are taken and analyzing and considering this way. To calculate this problem, as unsymmetrical section I section is small correction for imposed load taken into 2 kN per meter, not to 25. This small correction. And any doubts, call me. Any doubts, information me. Thank you this opportunity.